Hello again, all my beautiful YouTube subscribers. Welcome back to Little K Artistry. I am Little K, the artist also known as Kristen, and I am in my studio once again at Little K Artistry, and today I wanted to try something a little bit different. This is the start of a new series that I will be adding to occasionally as you all have questions, and this new series is called Wednesday Wonderings. And what I'm going to be doing on occasional Wednesdays is answering some of your questions, some things that you're wondering about. And this first one was a question that was asked a while ago, and I apologize if you asked this question. I do not know who to give credit to, but I have been wanting to address it for some time. And this question was, is it possible to do a Shelee Bloom style piece with my abstract Cellism mix? And that's a very good question. So we're going to answer it today in real time because I'm not sure. I think so, but I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try that I am going to use the PPG Multi Pro. That is my base, my foundation layer. And then I will be using a selection of 6 of the colors. These are all golden fluid acrylics that I have mixed. I'll tell you what the colors are. And they are all mixed with my pouring medium, which is my very latest pouring medium video. And that link is down below in the description. And you can see how all of my paints are mixed. I didn't hold anything back. That's exactly how they're mixed. The only thing that is different is my top layer. And in that video, I was doing abstract Cellism. So my top layer was thinner, and I was mixing 3 parts paint to 12 parts, I believe, of the thinner. This is my top layer. This is not Floetrol. This is my thinner. It's also in that, the mix is also in that video. It's very easy to make. This is thinned down. The thinner is used to mix down my paint. And for this one, I used Amsterdam's Prussian Blue. And I've used it before in my top layer, and it makes really good cells, so I'm hoping that it will work this time. This is my thinner, and this time I mixed it the way Steve Chase recommends, and that is 3 parts paint to 8 parts of thinner. So it is a little bit thicker than the one I used for my abstract Cellism. But let's just see how it goes. And I do have a selection. I am using teal from Golden Fluid. I'm also using Permanent Violet Dark from Golden Fluids. This is Naples Yellow, one of my all-time favorite yellows from Golden Fluid. And then I'm also using Ultramarine Blue from Golden Fluid. And then I've got to throw in there a little Primary Yellow. And then on the very bottom, I'm going to use a tiny bit of Van Dyke Brown, just to see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen. This is a really odd color combination, but we shall see. So come on and let's start painting. I'm going to put my foundation layer down first. This is my large spinner, you guys. Because I'm testing out a new style and new colors, I always use my silicone mats for this. Instead of using a canvas, I make a paint skin, and that way if I'm not happy with it, I can just use it for something else, cut it up, use it for something else, or I just roll it up and throw it out, and I don't have to throw out a whole canvas. So this is my 24-inch spinner. The link to make this spinner is also down below in the description. So no, I didn't buy this spinner. This is a spinner that I made myself because I wanted a smooth, quiet, as you can see, it's very quiet, a smooth, quiet spinner that was bigger and circular. And I couldn't find one anywhere. So I used this one. I made this one. It's very easy to make. Takes a little time, but it's easy to make. I may need to add a little bit of this afterwards at the very edges for flow extender, but I'm not sure. So like I said, I'm going to start out with, and I am going to use my hair dryer. When you do a Shelee Bloom, you're supposed to use your mouth to blow it out, but this is so big, I don't want to get my hair in the paint, and I'm worried that will happen if I blow it just to elongate the composition, if I do that just blowing with my mouth, I'm afraid that I'll get my hair in it, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try and use my hair dryer and just see what happens. It won't be exact, but listen guys, if you want to learn how to do the Shelee Bloom, hop on over to YouTube, her YouTube channel, or you can go on, find her on YouTube. I also think she's on Instagram, Shelee Carruthers, and you can take her course and learn how to do the Shelee Bloom technique. If you wanna. And I did put the yellows on top of the blue deliberately because I was kind of hoping that I'll get some green in this one. We shall see. I do not know. And I love teal and brown together. So I am going to see if I can get this teal on the outer edge a little bit more on top of that brown. And then a little bit in the center. That'll look nice. So again, these are not mixed with Floetrol. This is my Little K Abstract Cellism mix, and you can see that video in the description down below. It's lengthy, but I tell you everything that I do to make the Abstract Cellism. So it's definitely worth the time if Abstract Cellism is something that you're looking to learn how to do. Okay, here we go. I don't know what this is going to look like, you guys, but here we go. So what I'm going to try and do is see if I can extend it a little bit with my hairdryer like I would if I was blowing it with my mouth. I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. Just kind of. Well, well, well. It does not look like a Shelee Bloom, but it is beautiful. I think, now let's extend this a little bit with a tiny bit more of this PPG Multi-Pro. And the whole point of this is just so that I can, when I spin my composition, it will stretch. Because if I try to spin it on just the silicone mat, without a little bit of an edge on here, I don't think it would spin very well, and I don't want to lose, the composition's looking really pretty. I do think there's a little bit too much still of that top layer in the center, So I'm going to try to just dab at it. There's also, let me see if I can fix that. There's a little bit of the paint that didn't move. I hope I don't ruin this, but let me see if I can fix that. Not ruined. I'm very happy. That always makes me worried when I have to go back a second time with my hairdryer because, whew, stressful. Stressful. This is lovely. It looks like stained glass. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys the close-up. Okay, so I'm just going to go in here with the flat end of my dry skewer and see if I can force some cells. And what I'm doing is when I put it down all the way down, I go all the way to the base coat. So I'm getting a white center, and then some of them I'm only going down about halfway. Just because I want some color. See, that one's going to be a little bluer. That one has some pink to it. If you go all the way to if you touch the spinner, you'll go all the way to the white. And if you don't want white cells, then just stop like halfway. It takes a steady hand and a little bit of practice. But you can do it. And then what I like to do is, once I've got a few of the cells in the middle formed, I lightly blow on it just to stretch them. Okay, and now this is looking really beautiful. This is like butterfly wings. I love this. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but when I was using my hairdryer and blowing it out, I was not rushing. One of the things that I love about this form of art is that you can go slowly, and that's why it's therapy. Take your time, go slowly. You don't have to rush it. If you feel like your petal or your design, whatever you're doing, you need a little more depth, you need more color, then you move your hairdryer back a little bit so it's not blowing quite as hard. If you want to get a little brighter and you want some of the white to show, so you get a little bit closer. And it's just very rewarding and I think relaxing as heck to go slowly. So it's not a race, you guys. You don't have to hurry. Go as slow as you want. Once you get your composition, then you can spin. And even then, I tell people when I'm teaching, even when you're spinning, just spin a little bit at first. Go slow. You don't have to spin the whole thing off in 3 seconds. In fact, you'll save your walls and your floor if you don't spin that fast. But take your time. It's the journey, it's the process that is so stinking enjoyable, for me anyway. When I come in here to paint, I am not in a hurry. And as some of you can tell by my mixing video, which was an hour long, but in my defense, I had a lot to teach. And when I'm teaching, I don't like to go fast. I like to make sure I take my time, repeat important things, make sure I speak slowly so everyone can hear and understand. And if you're taking notes, then you can stop and take notes. That must be the teacher in me. I always wanted to be a teacher, and I think maybe that's part of why I do that. I don't know. Okay, so I've got the basic composition. I'm so excited to spin this, you guys. I'm so excited because I can see some cells here that are going to get real long, and let me just look at it for a minute. So pretty. If you have the capability, if you're on a phone watching this and you have the capability to zoom in right now, you might want to zoom in just on this area here and this area here, just because it's so amazing. I did not know this was going to happen. I wasn't expecting it to look this beautiful. I'm super happy with it. Let me spin a little bit here, just because I don't want the paint to start drying. Okay, so now that's what I mean by don't rush it. Take your time, it's slow. Oh my goodness, I'm getting weak in the knees. This is so pretty. Oh, I hate to toot my own horn, you guys, but this is really, come on now. Come on, somebody, this is really pretty. I'm loving this. Sometimes if I have a little too much base layer on one side, I'll just drag it over to the other side if I have a spot that needs it. Just don't drag it through your painting. Ask me how I know. I have done that so many times, you guys, and it's so frustrating because then you get a big white stripe down through your composition, and it's so hard to fix those. Always be mindful of where your fingers are, where your hair is, where your shirt is, where your utensils are, where your hairdryer is, and I know this is going to sound stupid, but where your spit is, because sometimes when you talk, you get excited, and I'm probably giving too much information. I probably lost some people, but this is me. I'm weird. All right, so what? Oh my goodness, I could stop here, you guys, but honestly, there's a little bit too much paint on my canvas still. And I don't want to, not my canvas, on my spinner, I don't want it to be that thick. It will take forever to dry. So let's spin it out a little more, and we'll go this way and see what happens now. We'll spin it for a little bit longer this time, not much longer, until I start to see some coming off the edge. And then, okay, I am doing this on a canvas. My very next piece is going to be these exact colors on a canvas because this is freaking beautiful. I'm gonna say it. I'm tooting my horn, and I am gonna spin these edges off. But I think when I do it on the canvas, I'm gonna make the puddle of paint smaller so I can leave some of the edges because the scalloped edges are beautiful. But I want to spin it off in this one because this is going to be a paint skin and I'm going to use it for something. I don't know what, but I don't know yet. I might put it on some texture. And wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, this looks like a summer. Oh my gosh, you guys, are you seeing this? I am dying. This is so pretty. I'm gonna cry. Oh my goodness. I totally forgot the point of this video. I'm so caught up in this painting. It's not even funny. I'm literally gonna cry. This is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. These colors are making me weak. Oh. And see how big those cells are in the middle now. And I just made them. They were just little pinpoints when I made them. Oh, come on. That is... Come on. This is so pretty. Oh my goodness. I am gonna die and I will be so happy because I'm speechless, you guys. This is, I feel like I want to go out and get 10 more canvases and make 10 more of these. And really, the brown is just a tiny, tiny bit in the very back behind the cells. And some of it mixed a little bit with the yellow. I thought I had put too much brown down, but I didn't. Oh my heavens. I'm going to spin one more time just because there's a little bit on the edges that I still want to spin off. Just a tiny bit. And I'm just going to start to scrape the edges down because when you scrape the paint off the edges, it keeps it it helps stop the slide of the composition. I think you guys have probably heard me say that before. When you've gotten done with the painting and you're happy with the composition and you don't want it sliding anymore off your canvas, make sure you scrape the underneath, because the weight of that paint dripping off will pull more of your composition off of your canvas, or in this case, off of your spinner. And if you don't want to lose the composition, and there's no way I want to lose this composition, this is gorgeous, I will scrape this all off because I don't want the weight of that extra paint on the edge to pull any more of this composition off, because it will. It's fluid art. It's still moving. It's still fluid until it dries. Obviously, that probably didn't need to be said. I'm just losing my mind because this is so pretty. Oh my goodness. You guys, I don't know if my face is in the camera or not, but oh my goodness. This is so pretty. Oh, and those center cells are still growing, and you guys, they are multicolored, because when I put the flat part of my skewer in, remember, I didn't put it all the way down in. I just put it like halfway, so it was pushing that Prussian blue down through the colors and not into the white. So I don't have a whole bunch of white cells in the middle. They're actually like rainbow colored. They're so freaking pretty. I'm amazed. I'm just amazed. Trying to get the edge. There it is. So what was the point of this video again? Oh, right. Wednesday Wonderings. Oh, the question, yes. Can you do a Shelee bloom, a Shelee style bloom? Because this is not her mix at all. This is abstract cellism, little K way. Can you do a Shelee style bloom with the little K? Well, I don't know. I don't know if this is a Shelee style bloom, you guys, because it doesn't have a bazillion cells. So I don't think this was a successful Shelee style bloom. I think this is more of a little K style bloom. I don't know. Maybe you guys will comment if those of you who are familiar with the Shelee bloom style. Shelee Carruthers is out of Australia. She's delightful. I highly recommend going over to her channel and subscribing. Take her course if you're interested in learning her style. It's very, very reasonably priced, and you can learn all kinds of really fun tricks and make the beautiful art that she makes if you want to learn how to do that. And you can also follow her. I believe she's on Facebook. I know she's on Instagram. Oh my goodness! I dropped my cloth. Guys, I feel like a rock star over here. This is fabulous. I gotta say though, this... I don't have words. I do not have words. Let me see what the composition should be here. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, so that's the bottom. These big cells will come off to the left here. I think that's the composition. I'm going to come around there and zoom you guys in so you can see what's going on this paint skin. It's beautiful. There's so much going on in this piece. It's so beautiful. So what I was talking about was it looks like watercolor is this here. This is, or maybe like stained glass or rainbow smoke. I don't know, but wow. And I think it's due to that Prussian blue top layer, because especially if you look over here, it's like those bubbles are swimming in Prussian blue. And then there's that center, and those are the cells that I made with my skewer, my dry skewer, just poking down through. Those will get a little bigger. They'll still stretch a little bit. So there will be less of that dark blue in the center. But it shouldn't change too much. It will. The cells in the middle will change a little. Let me zoom you out and see if I can show you from the top. There you go. I apologize for that glare from the light. Isn't that lovely? Oh my goodness. I'm definitely doing this on a canvas. I have to have this hanging on my wall. This is beautiful. Okay, let me put this back, and I'm going to come back and talk to you for a minute. Well, I happen to think this is absolutely gorgeous. I hope you do too. I'm looking forward to your comments. Let me run down through the colors again real quick. These are all golden fluids. I started with Van Dyke Brown, and then I added some primary yellow, and then that beautiful ultramarine blue. And then we've got some Naples yellow as well, and some permanent violet dark. And then last but not least was the teal. And then right on top of that, I used my top layer, which is the 3 parts paint to 8 parts thinner. And that all of these paint mixes are in my paint mixing video. The link is down below. And that is my Prussian blue. That's the Amsterdam Prussian blue. So it's 3 parts of this and 8 parts of the thinner. And that's what I use to make the cell. So there's no Australian Floetrol in this at all. And I am just loving this, you guys. I did it as a paint skin, so it's on my silicone mat. I will be doing something with this when it dries. I have a few ideas. And stay tuned for those. I have more coming. I showed this earlier. This is one of the cradle wood canvases that I had that I didn't like what I did to it. So I put a border on it and cut up some of my paint skins and put them on here. So this is one of the things that I do with my acrylic paint skins. But then I also have these pieces, and this one is not complete, but I also use my paint skins for these nebula texture pieces. You can see it's got bumps on it. This one is not finished yet, but I also use the paint skins for those as well. So I am using these paint skins just for various things. I'm really enjoying the creative process with that. So thank you for joining me, you guys. I hope you really, I can't stop looking at this. It's so pretty. I might actually have to just get a canvas and do some kind of something with the canvas and then cut this somehow and then apply it. I don't know yet, but I have to have this on my wall. It is so beautiful. Drop a comment. Let me know from where in the world you are watching. There's a bunch of you who have commented in, and we've got Argentina. Someone commented from London, and of course the US, which is where I am based. I'm in Maine, and if you're familiar with the US at all, I'm way up in the top right hand or the eastern corner. It kind of looks like the head of a dog. That's Maine, and I'm right about in the middle of that state. And it's bigger than it looks. It takes me about 3 hours to get to the border. So in really any direction. So I am pleased to have you here, delighted with how this came out. I don't know if it answered that viewer's question, whether or not you can do a Shelee style bloom with my abstract cellism mix. I think it's lovely, whatever it is. and like I said, if you're interested in learning the Shelee style bloom, go and find the Shelee bloom information, Shelee Carruthers, and follow her and like her and subscribe and take her course if you want to learn that and have fun with that. She's a wonderful teacher and very fun too. So thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you all so much. I can't wait for the comments. Love you guys, your support and your encouragement. I love it. It keeps me going. You all are just amazing. And Linda from Clearwater, if I haven't told you recently, I think you're like my #1 or #2 fan. I don't know. I have so many people I want to call my #1 fans. You can't only be #1 unless I have like 20 #1 fans. But thank you so much, Linda from Clearwater. So supportive and sweet. And I get emails from all of you, and I really love it. So if you would like to email, it's lilkartistry@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Or just post a comment on this video. Thank you so much, you guys. And I'm going to encourage you. This is Little K at Little K Artistry. Go make the art. You'll be so glad you did.